America may soon have to rent space from China. Because in about 5 years, the International Space Station, the largest structure ever built beyond Earth, will be deliberately destroyed. A 450-ton outpost. More than $150 billion. Over 2 decades of permanent human presence. Gone. NASA has already selected SpaceX to build the vehicle that brings it down, a U.S. deorbit vehicle contracted for up to $843 million, designed to push the ISS into Earth's atmosphere and scatter what survives across the remote South Pacific. But the fall is not the real problem. The problem is what replaces it. If no American station is ready in time, U.S. scientists could face an unthinkable option: buying research time aboard China's Tiangong space station. The nation that led the ISS era could become a customer in someone else's orbit. That is the deadline hanging over low Earth orbit. And 3 companies are racing to beat it. The ISS is aging. It has been continuously inhabited since the year 2000, but many of its core modules were designed for about 15 years of service. They have now lasted more than 25. Metal fatigues, systems age, leaks appear, repairs become routine, and the cost of keeping the station alive keeps climbing. NASA has chosen not to build another government-owned station like it. Instead, the agency wants private companies to build the next generation of orbital outposts, and NASA will become the customer. It will buy seats, buy lab time, buy access. Not as the owner of space infrastructure, but as a tenant. 3 contenders now lead the race. The first is Haven 1, built by Vast, a young California company trying to do something no private company has ever done before: launch a standalone commercial space station. Haven 1 is small compared to the ISS, a single cylindrical module with room for short missions, research, and private crews. But if it reaches orbit first, it could become the first true commercial station in human history. The second is Axiom Station. Axiom's plan is different. Its first module is designed to attach directly to the ISS, while the old station is still alive. Then, when the ISS reaches the end of its life, Axiom's modules would separate and become a free-flying station of their own. That gives Axiom one major advantage: it does not have to start in empty space. It can grow from the station that already exists, and Axiom has already flown private astronaut missions to the ISS, giving it real operational experience in orbit. The third is Orbital Reef, a partnership led by Blue Origin and Sierra Space. It is the most ambitious vision of the 3. A larger commercial outpost, designed not just as a laboratory, but as a business park in orbit. A place for astronauts, researchers, tourists, manufacturers, and governments to share the same platform above Earth. But ambition takes time, and time is the one thing this race may not have. Because while America is trying to replace the ISS, China has already built its replacement. The Tiangong space station is smaller than the ISS, but it is operational. It is crewed. It is expanding China's presence in orbit. And Beijing has already begun positioning it as a destination for international science. That is the shadow over the entire race. If American commercial stations slip by even a few years, there could be a gap, a period where the International Space Station is gone, and the only permanent human outpost in orbit belongs to China. NASA knows it, Congress knows it, and every company racing to launch knows it. For 70 years, every major space station has belonged to a government: Salyut, Skylab, Mir, the ISS. That era is ending. The next stations above our heads may be owned by corporations, funded by private capital, and rented by the hour. Their survival will depend not only on engineering, but on customers, contracts, and whether the business of living and working in orbit can actually pay for itself. It may become the most ambitious privatization in human history, or the most fragile. Because if the math does not close, if the customers do not come, if the stations are not ready before the ISS falls, then for the first time since 1971, we may look up at a sky with no one living in it. So the real question is not just who replaces the ISS. It is whether anyone can do it in time. And if America's station is not ready, should it rent space from China or walk away from orbit? Drop your answer in the comments.